That's an interesting story, but also a surprising one in some ways. I was expecting you to talk about, I don't know, a crucial discovery that was the result of research by teams of scientists at universities or hospitals. But instead, you mentioned a lucky observation by a country doctor. Imagine if Jenner hadn't lived. Would we have vaccinations now?
Well, the concept of vaccination or inoculation against diseases is actually an old one. There's evidence that humans in some cultures have been doing it for hundreds or thousands of years. So even if Jenner hadn't been around, we'd likely still have them. But your point that Jenner's discovery seems rather lucky is an interesting one. There certainly are major medical discoveries and advances that happen as the result of work by a team of scientists. The development of a medicine to prevent polio is one good example. But a surprising number of advances and discoveries are the result of luck or some kind of happy accident.
Really? Can you give me some more examples?
Of course. Well, as you know, antibiotics are a very important type of drug that protect us against bacteria. So, an obvious example of a surprising medical breakthrough is Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin. Fleming was a doctor and scientist who was doing experiments on one kind of bacteria. One day, he noticed that something had killed the bacteria in one of his experiments. He did some analysis and discovered that a type of mold was killing the bacteria. Further work showed him that this mold was an antibiotic. There's actually a wonderful quotation from Fleming that sums up this discovery. I forget his exact words, but he said something like, I didn't plan to revolutionize all medicine by discovering the world's first antibiotic or bacteria killer in 1928, but I guess that's exactly what I did.
So he wasn't trying to develop a medicine to kill bacteria at the time?
No, he was just trying to understand the bacteria more deeply. I could mention many other examples of accidental discoveries, but I want to make one thing clear. The people who made these discoveries may have been lucky and in the right place at the right time, but they were also trained scientists. This means they have a way of noticing the world and thinking about it that allows them to see things that others don't see. It also means that they understand connections between things that others don't understand. There are two quotations from famous scientists that I think sum up this point. First, Louis Pasteur, the great French doctor and researcher, said that luck happens to those people who are ready for it because of their training. And Albert Szent-Györgyi, a Hungarian biochemist who won a Nobel Prize in psychology and medicine, said, and again I may not have his words exactly right, discovery happens when we see something that everybody has seen before, but we think of it in a way nobody has thought before.
So, in other words, lucky discoveries happen to scientists who have the training to notice and benefit from them. But not everybody who sees something will make the connection that leads to a medical advance?
Exactly. I mean, Edward Jenner was definitely not the first doctor who worked in a rural area. He was just the first to notice the connection between cowpox and smallpox in local people. He was also the first to think up an experiment to test the theory and publish his results. He is a perfect example of how both luck and training are necessary.
Many thanks, Dr. Gonzalez. It was fascinating to talk with you.